if I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home.
All right. Come, Chris.
Just too far from here, it's on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the time now. That's when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help.
There, got him.
Just need to open my eyes now.
There we go. What's good, folks? It's Nightmare Frame here with the most anime builds that I've ever done on this channel. Coming at you with the HOKAGE RHINO, or the Namikaze Minato build. After a couple of Pepega comments, right? Yes, I do read your comments here and there. And yes, I'm quite a character in the comment section. If you feel offended, good. If you thought I was a douchebag, good. Did I hurt your feelings about your favorite weapon of Warframe? Good. Sorry. God, I'm such an a-hole. Yeah, after those Pepega comments talking about, oh yeah, just armor strip an enemy and you can totally kill them. No, that's not how damage works. You can't just armor strip and do big damage. Unless they're what? Little low-level enemies. No, here we're dealing with level 9,999 Demolists, along with regular enemy units. First of all, this is on Steel Path, so more armor, more health, etc, etc. And on top of that, they're Demolists, so they come with more resistances compared to regular fodder units. Think of them as elites of the elites. So regular tactics are not going to work. That's why certain synergies do really well against them and will do extremely well against fodder enemies. So with this build, I decided just to show you we can do so much damage. Yes, we can do a lot of damage without even armor stripping these Demolists, because it's not about armor strip, it's about the damage. This build is about stacking multipliers. Now, our first multiplier is going to be, of course, Roar, our universal damage multiplier. It will multiply any damage that an ability will do, and also give all your weapons a faction damage multiplier. This faction damage multiplier is additive to any of the modded faction damage, giving you a massive damage output on the initial hit and dealing 2 times more damage on the dots. Our second damage multiplier is going to be the Aura Empowered Blades. This aura is crucial to this build to give you the insane damage multipliers to your bleed procs on top of Roar. It increases your status chance and status effect damage on a heavy attack while draining 90 shields. So if you don't have shields, you won't get the bonus damage. And the status effect damage is going to be bleed procs. This aura is multiplicative with any other damage mods, and it is also applied twice, so basically like a universal faction mod, but only with heavy attacks. Hence why the crazy level of bleed procs. And yes, you can increase the potency of this aura by having more people running it, or even having coaction drift equipped on your Warframe alongside this. Now, on top of that, to add insult to injury, I'll also be using the Helminth ability, Expedite Suffering. So I decided to go with this Helminth ability because it will take any slash and toxin damage over time stacks, end them immediately. Oh, I see some of you going, wait, why? But all of that damage that the DOTs would have done will be dealt in one go, while also multiplying its damage. Remember how I always say damage and status effects are 2 different things? Slash damage is horrible against armor, but bleeds ignore armor. and deals damage directly to the health. Now, how to increase damage done directly to the health? That's by adding 10 stacks of viral. 10 stacks of viral will give you a 325% damage multiplier to the health, and bleed damages the health directly. You can see how many damage multipliers we're applying here. So yeah, that's a lot of damage. And I'll also be using this with a weapon that has guaranteed slash on heavy attacks. The best choices for this are definitely sights and two-handed Nakanas. Yes, I know that there are other weapons out there that have guaranteed slash procs like Nakana, whips, machetes, tonfas, but those two weapon archetypes just deal bigger PP damage with heavy attacks. Since they give you a 6 times guaranteed slash multiplier on the first heavy attack hit, and this damage is further increased by combo counter, and it's a 1-to-1 increase. So at 12 times combo, you will get a 12 times heavy attack multiplier. And the reason why this is anime and a Hokage build is because we're teleporting with our heavy attacks using these two mods, Amar's Hatred and Amar's Anguish. These two go on Warframes. The third one is a dual dagger specific mod, so and in this case I won't be using the dual daggers, but a two-handed Nakana. Amar's Hatred gives you some armor which benefits Rhino quite a bit, and 15% power strength. And of course its passive allows you to teleport to a target within 10 meters, having 2 of them 20 meters. Now there are some caveats to this build. 1, the teleportation is very janky. I didn't teleport. Alright, I got a clear shot. How? There was nothing in front of me. What is with the Nox hitbox? It doesn't allow me to teleport. Every Nox. Did you notice that? So if I'm the target trying to hit and there's something right next to it, you could end up messing up the damage and teleport. Meaning you might not teleport, but you might teleport to this target instead. And thanks to follow through, your damage could be diminished because you want the initial hit to deal as much damage as possible. So you need to have clear view of your target. So again, you need to have clear view of your target. Right there, it's at 19 meters. And there is a ramp. Sometimes you will be able to hit them with no problem, and then others you won't even make contact. So for example, right there, 19 meters, but we're still not able to heavy attack because the ramp is also considered part of the distance. So we're actually further than 19 meters. So if you get a bit closer, there we go. Now we can teleport. Those are the few caveats. And if you do miss your initial hits, your damage is going to be greatly diminished. You have to also pay attention to your buffs, and the reason why I'm using the teleport mechanic is because of Demolists. For example, if we have our Iron Skin, they will nullify it every few seconds within 5 meters. So if you want to get a nice heavy attack, you won't be able to do that really nice heavy attack with all your buffs removed. So we're able to time it. As soon as they do their pulse, we teleport in, do a thing, and run away before they release their second pulse. Because for one, heavy attacks do have that issue with wind-up speed. And you can't just shoot and heavy attack. You would have to shoot melee so you can get your melee out and then heavy attack. This does require a little bit of setup, but it does a lot of damage. Hey you, I see you're not following the Twitch. If you want to see some crazy live streams and see these builds worked on live and just have a good time, laugh, do go hit that follow on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. CET. Come on. And most of us don't get our feelings hurt really quickly. All right, let's take a look at the builds that I'll be using. For the Rhino setup, I'm running Empowered Blades in the Aura. This is going to be one of our damage multipliers. Make sure you have shields, or else you're not going to get the damage from this Aura. Prime Sure-Footed. Yes, we have Rhino's Iron Skin, but at higher levels, that Iron Skin is gonna go poof, just like that. And if you don't have this, well, use Handspring. Because for one, you don't want to be staggered, knocked back, or whatever. So this actually is so useful. Now, we have the two Amar mods. This is absolutely useless and we don't care about it. We just care about the set bonus passive. And then Amar's Hatred. Hey, it's some armor that will add on to his iron skin, and it gives us a little bit of power strength. And my power strength is at 214% thanks to Umbral Intensify, Transient Fortitude, and Amar's Hatred. This gives Expedite Suffering a 2.14 times damage multiplier on the DOTs. And with 214 power strength, I also get 107 damage multiplier on his roar. Now, in the showcase, I was not using Prime Flow. I know that. I was using Streamline instead, but I would definitely reckon for you to go with Prime Flow and Equilibrium. I did run out of energy at one point. It was quite hilarious. I don't have energy to do the thing. I don't have energy to do the thing. I don't have energy to do my thing. I don't have energy to do the thing. Oh, wait, I don't have energy. Don't worry, it's gonna die from DOT. So yes, you do need a large energy pool because Rhino's energy pool sucks. DE is one of your oldest. Hook Rhino up, legit. Iron Shrapnel is here just to be there unranked. This helps me cast and recast my iron skin at will. Now, if you don't find this useful, you can use whatever you want, but this is a utility mod. I would even say using natural talent in this slot would be so much better, but the thing is, having to recast your iron skin at will is way more useful. Just make recasting his iron skin part of iron skin. Come on. Quality of life. We need this. Prime Continuity counteracts the negative duration from Transient Fortitude and gives me 38 seconds on Roar. Yes, it's 8 additional seconds, but still very good. On my previous loadouts that I did with As Invasions, I don't know. I was using Empower to give me more power strength for my roar, but then I found out I needed a little bit more damage to redo the level cap and use Expedited Suffering instead. Yeah, the dedication, right? Prime Fury. This gives me 180% base damage multiplier on my melee. Just melee. All you have to do is crit, and we're going to be doing that quite a lot. And Energize, of course, for the energy income. Now, the primary weapon literally does not matter. I never used my primary weapon at all. The only reason I have the primary weapon is because of dexterity. That's about it. It literally doesn't matter what primary weapon you're using, just for dexterity. Unless you're going to use your primary weapon to kill acolytes. Then, yes, you will go for a corrosive loadout. Kill acolytes. And with dexterity, killing with melee will give you base damage on your primary. Now, for my priming weapon, I did use the Epitaph. Why the Epitaph? First of all, it's AoE. It force procs Blast and Cold, which will slow down Demolist units. And I've modded it for Viral and Heat. That will also be buffing Condition Overload. This is my utility setup. 2 multi-shot, Viral, Heat, and more Cold to increase the Viral weighting, so I can proc Viral more efficiently. Fulmination for the AoE. If you're worried about staggers, you can run the regular one or not run this at all, or even go with an Augur mod, so you can get shields back. Sure Shot for the status chance. Reflex Draw, useless, run whatever you want. Reflex Draw just to switch between my primary and secondary faster. I am running the Tenet LIVIA. The bonus percentage doesn't matter because we're just using it for bleeds and heavy attack. So you can grab yourself a two-handed Nikana or a Scythe. So if you want the Tenet LIVIA or the Tenet Grigori, I avoid using the Tenet Grigori because it can get buggy with the Amar set bonus. That's only if you do the slight attack, because you will end up teleporting and then your projectile will either go through the Demolist or not even make contact with it at all. You're literally teleporting and then the projectile just goes wherever. If you were to do it with Grigori, just do a normal heavy attack. But I wanted to go full weave with this loadout, so I went with a two-handed Nikana. Two-handed Nikanas need a new stance. Wise Razor is a horrible stance. And the reason why I'm using the Tenet LIVIA is also because of its combo pausing passive. If this weapon is holstered, it pauses your combo. So you build up your combo, switch to your gun, and look, our combo's still at 6 times. Switch to your gun, combo's still at 6 times. There you go. So you can either run the Grigori or the Tenet LIVIA if you want. If you want to learn how to get these weapons, you can check out my Kuva and Sister Lich guide. Yes, you can go without the stance. Wise Razor does have 4 slash procs. Now the build looks normal, but also kind of weird. Condition Overload for our base damage multiplier, Blood Rush for crit chance, Amalgam Organ Shatter for our crit damage, and gives us wind up speed. Prime Fury for the attack speed. You can literally run any attack speed mod you want, but since we're in Disruption, there is downtime between each Demolist. I want my attack speed to be buffed at all times, so I went with Prime Fury. If you want, you can also go with Quickening. Prime Breach for the range. Yes, you do need the range. Prime Strength Grenier. This is your damage multiplier, the initial hit, and the DOTs. This will make your bleeds way stronger. If anybody tells you faction mods are bad, they are idiots and flat earthers. Weeping Wounds to increase my status chance, so my bleeds are more potent and more consistent since the slash weighting is very high. Reflex Coil. This will increase my heavy attack efficiency. Now, what is heavy attack efficiency? Heavy attack efficiency will determine how much combo you use up with heavy attacks. If you build up combo with your melee weapon and heavy attack, you will use up everything. But if you have heavy attack efficiency, it reduces the amount of combo that you use up. So this is why I have this. And for crazy defenses, I am running Vazarin. Vazarin for protective dash. That's about it. Now, going over to my pet, which is the Panzer Volpophyla. This is going to help me with energy regen thanks to Equilibrium. Synth Deconstruct will drop health orbs thanks to Viral Quills, and Synth Fiber will allow me to pick up health orbs. For Operator Arcanes, I decided to go for Magus Anomaly and Magus Lockdown. And Magus Lockdown is there to lock down enemies after you slow them down with your Epitaph. Alright folks, this is the HOKAGE RHINO. If you've learned something and enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Warframe content, streams, and so much more. Do refer to the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.